started modeling in Bali when you were 10 and began to start modeling professionally in LA when you were 16. Now you're 25 and have already modeled for brands like Guess Originals, Kappa, Garnier, and Lacoste. I think that the fact that you're able to kind of get to this point in that amount of time shows how driven you are kind of in general. So what advice would you give to young people that aspire to be a model in the way that you are?
Interesting. I feel like I'm being a little bit dishonest if I touch on ambition and accomplishments in modeling, just because I feel like I I don't know, modeling is an interesting one because I love that that's how I started in the entertainment industry, because it gave me such a big network of people and artists around me, and very lax schedule, the ability to live all over the world. Like I spent 3 months all over different parts of the world exploring modeling and things, but I can't necessarily honestly say that I am a successful model. I've ever felt like a successful model. That I could categorize myself as a successful model by any of the like standards that you would hit. But all that being said, I realized many years ago that that was never my goal, was to be like the top model. I more so have always wanted to use it as a platform to do other things, to figure out what it was that was me. Because, you know, you meet models or girls, like I'm a photographer mostly at the moment, and I shoot girls all the time, and I can just tell they have it based off they want it. It's their thing. They love it, and that's what they're gonna always do. And that's beautiful. It was just, that was never me for modeling. It was always supplemental. Even by going on Top Model, I realized what it sounds like is that I wanted to be a top model, but no, it was more so like I wanted that exposure, that platform to do other things. I wanted people to see me and be like, oh, she could do, you know, because at the time too, being 19, I thought I was so grown. Oh my God. I wouldn't even be friends with 19-year-old me. I was a little monster. I was.
You've never been a monster.
Oh yeah. Yeah, at least we got those years out of the way. But yeah, I think I would have, that's another thing about Tom Model. I would have been a very different experience had I been older, but 19, full-time student, like dying in college and like just left high school, like it was like a lot. Had I been like 25, oh, imagine me on the show now. Also, I had no style. I had like no body. I was just like a little, that's cool though. But anyways, I just want to say though, going back, I'm trying not to be long-winded, even though I've already failed.
No, you haven't.
I just want to be honest, because I don't want people to look at me like, oh my God, she's made it. She's that model. And it's like, I'm really not. And that's okay. I just want to say that I've always like followed, I'm gonna pursue whatever I enjoy doing the most.
Right.
And so I'm sure you kind of have questions coming about this later, but I'm gonna just segue. That's how I kind of became a photographer. And it was, I would, if you told me 2 years ago, oh, you're gonna be a photographer someday, I'd be like, that's impossible. It's not even real. Like, would I even want, you know, it just, I followed what I liked. So with COVID, when everything was so slow for modeling and acting, I was like, what can I do every day that I enjoy so much? And that was my hobby, was photography. And how can I make money doing it? And that's where Girls on Film came from, and how I am where I am right now. And it's crazy because I launched Girls on Film a year ago. And when I think about everything that I've done since then, happy, it doesn't even seem real. I probably have done like, I don't know, like 50 shoots, like so many models.
That's amazing.
Oh yeah, but I can't help it. That's what I was saying. My brain's so fast. Like I like need to always be creating something. So for the ambition part, to go back to your question, I would say like, I think it's really important to be honest with yourself. So you have less heartbreak and you waste less time. You know what I mean? Because like, be honest with yourself. Like if you like modeling because I don't know, like you like the money, that's fine. If it's an ego boost for people to think you're beautiful and see you, like that's fine. If you like, if it's just supplementary, that's fine. But kind of figure out what you really want, so you can kind of direct your goals and what you do, how you move in a certain direction. It'll just save you a lot of time and things. But as far as like tips for being a successful model, I wish someone would have told me this years ago. And it's so simple and surface level, and it's going to not even sound like a real tip. Really, like, go in the mirror and practice, like, okay, don't go in the mirror, take your phone and turn on the front camera and move your face and your body around and do different things, and based off like what you think looks good, create a face for yourself. Like remember like a muscle memory. Like for me, like when I'm like gonna take a selfie, I do a certain thing, like certain parts of my face get tight and I hold a certain face because I think I look pretty. Learn what that face is, learn the way your body moves, all these things, and have a couple key movements, key faces, so that you feel confident when you're doing digitals, when you're doing castings, blah, 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 because half of modeling is confidence. Like maybe 65% of it is just confidence. Like you need to believe that you're the best, because otherwise they're not going to believe it. So I wish someone, I know no one ever really, like, I just kind of did everything alone. And this is such a simple tip, but I just wish that I had learned my face and body better when I was younger. Because I had a lot of incredible opportunities that I just missed and I didn't book just because I was so scared and confident, because I didn't really know what to do, what I looked like. And people are like, you're so beautiful, but I didn't feel that way. I was just shy and confident because I didn't like have it all together. So that's what I would say, like make yourself feel confident, like,
Yeah.
and follow your team's advice, but also don't do things that make you feel ugly. Like people told me to cut my hair, people told me to color my hair, and like every time I did, I felt uglier and I kept getting smaller and smaller. So confidence is key.
Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. You see the drip, yeah, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the